announced its earnings yesterday, and it's pretty shocking, both in terms of the results delivered and its impact on shareholders. So today I'm going to share all of those details with you and what it means for you. Stay tuned. I'm Brian White. So welcome back to the Unstoppable Agent. I am Brian White. I am a North Texas realtor with EXP Realty. So being an agent with EXP doesn't give me any inside information. I'm actually going to walk you through the earnings announcement yesterday. That is, it's publicly available information. I'm actually including a link to the earnings report in the description below. So if you want to do your research and do a little bit of fact checking, then that'd be great. And would love to have your comments below. I'd love to get your thoughts and get into a discussion with you about that. But anyway, like I said, welcome back to Unstoppable Agent, where agents like you come to learn how to sell more homes, enjoy more freedom, and live your legacy today. I have had a blast in my 3.5 years at EXP Realty. The results so far, and the results of the company over the 12 years since it's been founded, have been pretty amazing. I'm excited to share the results with you because in just those 3.5 years, it has absolutely changed my life and has the potential to do that for you as well. So let's get into it. And if you haven't already, be sure hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of our updates because it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So let's talk about EXP and the for Q3 and what was announced and what does it mean. So first, we announced our earnings. And you might be wondering, okay, so why did you do that? Most real estate companies don't announce their earnings. And there are a couple of reasons for that. The biggest one is most real estate companies are private. That means they are owned by someone. They are owned by most likely the person whose name is on the company. You can think of a couple of prominent companies like that. So most real estate companies are private. EXP is publicly traded. And what publicly traded means is our stock is available for purchase on the on one of the major exchanges. The major exchanges that you can think of are like the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ. We are actually available for trade. That means people can buy or sell our stock. Our ticker symbol is EXPI. And you guys can go buy our stock on the NASDAQ. Some other companies you might be familiar with whose stock is on the NASDAQ. It's Apple, Tesla, Netflix, Starbucks, Google, now called Alphabet, and Facebook, which is now called Meta. Lots of folks changing their name on the NASDAQ because they're getting so big that they need to reevaluate. Reevaluate their name. So we are traded on the NASDAQ just like those companies. What's interesting about us being on the NASDAQ and being publicly traded is that means we have shareholders because our shares are sold on the NASDAQ. We have shareholders, and we announce our earnings each and every quarter because we owe it to our shareholders to give them an update on their investment. We're giving them an update on the performance of the company stock. What's really special about EXP is that its agents are shareholders. So all productive agents at EXP are shareholders in the company. That means they have stock. They are rewarded for the growth and the success of the company. So owners are by definition more motivated to create success in the company. So now we have more than 67,000 owners who are motivated to create success in the company, which is pretty special and pretty cool. So there are actually agents are all owners. There are actually 5 different ways that an agent can get stock in EXP. There are ways that they can earn it and ways that they can buy it. That's more than I have time to cover in this video today. But if you're curious, then I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can get that information. I recorded another video. Happy to share that with you and have the conversation with you. So let's talk more about that and the 5 ways you can get stock at another time. You ready? You want to talk a little bit about the earnings, the results, the kind of let's celebrate the big stuff that EXP announced. So just one more time, I want to mention that I don't have any inside information. You definitely should not make investment decisions based on anything I'm saying here. I'm telling you the truth. I'm actually reading through things, but wouldn't want you to make investment decisions based on what I'm sharing with you. So let's dive in and talk about the earnings. So EXP just announced yesterday their earnings went up 97%. 97% over the same quarter of the previous year. So earnings of $1.1 billion. We brought in revenue of $1.1 billion. That's just huge. When you think about it, just a few years ago, for the entire year, our revenue was 500 million. So it was $500 million, and now we're bringing in more than that in a given quarter. That's pretty awesome. So the number of agents on our platform grew 82%. So it grew 82% over the previous year to over 65,000. That was at the end of September. Here we are in early November, and we're up over 67,000. So you can see how that growth is continuing. So our profit increased 70%. Our income increased. What's interesting is our residential transaction volume increased 98%. So our agent count increased 82%, but our transaction volume increased 98%. So what does that tell you? That tells you that if our transaction volume is increasing faster than agent count, then agents are getting to EXP and being highly productive. They're getting here and growing their business. They're getting here and they're being successful. That makes EXP a fantastic platform to sell real estate. I think a lot of times people think we're just a growth company and we're just attracting more. Or that only works. The system only works if we've built a platform where people can come and grow their business. They can grow with a company, and we're seeing that in the results because the transaction volume increased 98%. That's almost 100% year over year to almost $47 billion. That is selling a lot of real estate, people. The other big news. So going back to last quarter, we really changed the game in real estate. And in publicly traded, the few publicly traded real estate companies that are out there. So in Q2, for the first time, we announced that we were paying a dividend. Now, companies that it's very rare that growth stocks like ours, that growth companies like ours, decide to pay a dividend. Typically, when companies decide to pay a dividend, it's because growth has slowed, and they're doing that as an incentive, as a reason to incentivize people to own the stock. Well, in our case, our stock is blowing up. Our growth is growing, so we don't need to provide additional incentive. We're providing an additional incentive to agents and to the folks that own the stock. So we first announced that back in Q2, and now for the second quarter, we're paying another dividend. So just another way that agents, which are shareholders, are earning additional income as part of EXP. So a couple other things that are pretty cool that we announced in Q3. We announced that we entered two additional countries. That brings our total up to 17. Got a long list of countries that we are planning to get into. Michael Valdez has big plans. He's a president of Global for us. Man, he's got big plans to grow. We've also announced that our joint venture Success Lending is coming along, and we're ready to open up in a few other states as well. So there was a ton. There's a lot more than I was able to cover today, but I just wanted to hit the highlights. Again, if you want to get all of the details, then I'll include a link in the description, so you can get that. If you want to know more about the 5 ways that the agents are able to get stock at EXP, or if you want to just have a conversation about what EXP might be able to do for your real estate career. I'd love to know more about your real estate goals and how we can help you get there. Again, I am Brian White. It has been a pleasure to spend some time with you.